Okay. Still first.
Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to ZSR. Tonight we have a matchup in Z2R and two matchups actually in Swiss round 3 between Neerm, Thirwolf, and then between traiLZ and Artea. I see the cropping issue and I'll fix that here in a moment, but I am J-Bone, I'll be your streamer. Our comms tonight are going to be Frico and Victor. I will just be handing it off to them right now.
Forget me, but hello.
Oh, and Star. I'm sorry, Star.
You're good. Yeah, hello. How are you doing, Frico and Victor?
Everything's fine.
Once I stop seeing 4 spinny circles of death on my commentary screen, then I'll be a little more confident in what's actually going on.
I think we're getting there. A little bit of just getting set up.
We have a little bit of an issue. We need a stream override for someone, so it'll be just one moment.
It looks like we should be alright.
Price check in aisle 6. Price check in aisle 6.
But yeah, today we have Neerm and Thirwolf, which is a 1-1 match, and traiLZ and Artea, which is a 2-0 match in the Swiss round 3 of the standard tournament. And they are going. Or at least Neerm and Thirwolf are. Artea and traiLZ should be going shortly.
Well, I still have 4 spinny spheres of death.
Oh
Well,
boy, you might
I
want to
can
give your page a
see
refresh, Rico.
Them getting into Trophy Cave and about to get a magic container. All of them.
That is correct. You may want to give your page a refresh, Rico. Neerm just up and A because it's so close to the start, it's probably better to just up and A. It looks like traiLZ did the same, whereas Thirwolf is walking out and everyone's buffering. Also, Neerm choosing to not check out the palace just north of Star, unless he did it while we were buffering, but it looked like he up and A'd immediately. Also, that is Artea. Horsehead has the glove.
Yeah, that's a huge hint. Well, it's not that huge because almost everyone will go check for the item in Palace 1, but at least, well, you know what to do.
You do, and... Alright, game, quit buffering, page, please quit buffering, I'm gonna give it a refresh and see if that doesn't fix it.
So, I just see that Neerm got out of Lifetown with a spell that Artea is about to get because I missed the spell. So
we'll did I, due to the page buffering issues.
And traiLZ in Medicine Cave while Thirwolf in Magic Container Cave. And it is a fire spell.
Alright, fire and sorry.
109, so we still.
Oh, that is an expensive fire, but they're also very early. It's just magic 1, so that cost will likely go down. Hopefully, especially because that is tied to another spell, which is randomized in this flag set.
Yeah, that is correct. And the hammer for traiLZ in Medicine Cave. And I missed that Thirwolf got the flute.
Indeed, I also missed the palace that was just near start. Unfortunately, all the buffering means I have no idea what the overworld map looks like today. Which is a problem when the overworld map is randomized.
Yeah, in my case,
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, in my case, it doesn't make that much of a difference. I will get lost anyway.
That is fair. Mido is, ways east of somewhere near start. I do at least try to take some kind of notes, so I'm not completely lost, but it is Z2R. Getting lost is expected. Oh, Mido's actually near the rat spot. On the east, there's a hammer for Neerm. Does look like Thirwolf has marked off both palaces 2 and 4 on his personal tracker.
Yeah, thankfully, some of the players use trackers. That helps us a lot.
Yeah.
And
I
chat
can't
is telling
read
us-
Neerm's tracker, admittedly, but it is a thing. It looks like Thirwolf has actually marked his loot off on his personal tracker. There's the rat for Neerm. Here on Spectacle Rock. Girl's getting fire now. Neerm is doing Death Mountain, trying to find Hammer Cave.
And trail's also getting the fire spell out of Sadia.
Indeed. Thirwolf now finding Artea. There's Hammer Cave for Neerm. Wasn't too hard to find.
So yeah, one of the things that has me happy today is that we will get a new randomizer very soon, hopefully, and we know some of the features that it will have. And one of them is that that mountain layout will be way more logic in the sense that caves will lead towards the direction they are pointing to. I mean, a cave will kind of like it works, how it works in vanilla.
Right,
So-
that'll be much appreciated. Alright. Chelsea and Artea both checking out Stonehenge, which is just a pea bag. Thirwolf has gotten fire and is now exploring, and Neerm is just taking a Death and Hammer Cave.
And yeah, Neerm being able to... Wow, I just jinxed him.
Uh,
Yeah, he
Nope,
game over.
that's a death.
Wow.
That's a game over. Ooh. And that is Artea in... I'm gonna take a guess and say this is P2. Has also picked up Fairy... I'm assuming Fire is linked to Fairy, because he just turned into a Fairy there.
Yeah, about that room that Neerm game over at, there is a glitch you can pull off there, and if you leave the room, that first enemy will despawn. So yeah, he could have used that, but maybe he doesn't know, or maybe he forgot about it.
Indeed. Artea is in P2. I just missed what Neerm picked up. Actually, it's Fire Link to Fairy. They all have it now, because it is castable. It looks like it Magic 3. Heart Container Cave. Thank you, chat.
Meanwhile, we see Artea going into the item room of Palace 2, and it is the boots.
Nice. Well, I'm entirely sure what P2 is due to the early buffering.
And Thirwolf getting the raft out of that mountain. I believe one more player has the raft, but I don't know. Besides Thirwolf and Neerm. Thank you, chat.
Yep, thank you.
and Thirwolf in middle.
There's P4 near start.
And a hint that tells us go west to find the heart, and I believe the guys have already found it. At least
I do
the
believe
two guys
so.
in the left in Heart Container Cave. Very vanilla.
Indeed. Neerm picking up downstab here in Mido. Artea doing the same. And I do believe Thirwolf is also doing it too. With trails close behind. Everyone's getting downstab.
Yeah, downstab is really useful. It could be required in GP. However, with the new updates, I'm gonna be filling you guys with a lot about the new updates. With the new updates, the town's sign could give you the name of the spell that the town has. So there will be some times where players will decide against going through towns. And for example, I played one seed today where I decided I didn't want to get downstab because the spell in middle was live. And I ended up doing the seed downstabless, shieldless, lifeless, and raftless, which now it is impossible, but now you can finish a seed being raftless.
Nice.
So Death Mountain holds the medicine. I believe I just read. I'm not sure.
That is correct according to chat. We also spot Rudo in the southwest of the northern continent in the southwest of the northern half of the continent for Thirwolf. And it looks like there is our last palace on the north. Just north of Rudo. Let's see what this is. And trail's the first to go east as we find P3 or 6. In light blue color.
Yeah, nice color. So we have trails in the eastern continent.
Indeed. There's the other entrance at DM, and otherwise the northern half of the western continent looks kinda useless. And I do believe that's the other half of Saria in the northwest.
Neerm in Piva Cave, about to pick up an item, while Trails is in Naburu.
He is, which is right near that spot.
Yeah, it was a magic container for Neerm, and Thirwolf is right behind, about to get his magic container, while Trails inside Thirsty Lady's house.
Indeed, actually I remember we haven't seen Rauru yet, so this could be it. And that is Thunder for Trails in Naburu.
So Bisco is asking about the connections in the new randomizer that hasn't been released. It is not what we're playing, just in case you just arrived. I'm telling things about a future randomizer. The connections will be, there's an option that says anything goes, and that means that there will be caves and bridges inside Death Mountain and Maze Island, and you can use bridges between both continents and Maze Island and Death Mountain to go to each other. You can even go from Death Mountain to Maze Island using the raft, or from the eastern continent to Death Mountain using the raft. So yeah, it will be pretty wacky, pretty nice. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the guys playing the beta seeds, and I was able to play one today, and it was amazing.
That does sound really interesting. There's the other half of Saria, also in the northern half here. That's also pretty much it here. There's the Runia for Trails.
Yeah. And
Oh!
Artea gets the medicine.
Neerm is... Yeah. And Thirwolf is also sailing east. Artea is turning in the medicine.
Yeah, so we will see if the trip to Hammer Cave is required. It wasn't too long, but for example, if you are Neerm and you game over there, how soon would you like to go back there? That's...
Question. Ah, there was Nibiru.
And it was the fairy spell, wow. So, yeah, he will probably have to go back there.
Well, they do know fire is linked to fairy, and it currently costs 31 at Magic 3, I believe, so it's not the most essential at the moment for them.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
It happens.
Okay, so Thirwolf picking up his Thunder spell.
Artea taking a death in this item cave. To warp back a bit, I did not see what he picked up though. Artea finding Raft now, Neerm finding Darunia. The River Devil's apparently blocking something today.
Yeah, at least it's convenient for the players to go through the River Devil. We don't know if it is forced, we see some caves there, and we see Valley of Death.
I do believe that was a new Kasuto sighting for Artea in the southeast. Neerm finding Nibiru now. We'll be picking up Thunder shortly.
And traiLZ in Old Kasuto. And it is the jump spell.
Indeed.
And yeah, Artea got the boots out of Palace 2. Which is a great thing, because that's not somewhere you go at the beginning of the game without a reason.
Yep, and there's Maze Island, kind of in the northeast it looks like. There's P5 for Thirwolf.
And Thirwolf in one of the item caves in the eastern continent.
Our trail's exploring Maze Island, Artea picking up Shield out of Rauru.
And GP Maze Island.
Indeed.
And the cross for Thirwolf in the item cave in the eastern continent.
Yep.
And a magic container for Artea, and Neerm getting the jump spell out of Old Kazuto.
Yeah.
So what I wasn't paying attention to, and it is pretty important, is how many of the players did find the hint about the glove. I believe I only saw it once.
The hint in Saria, I'm not sure who all saw it, but Saria itself was fairly easy to find. Yeah, I figured all of them probably would have seen the hint.
And
Here's the child.
Yeah, the child out of Maze Island, and Trail's still looking for that particular item in Maze Island.
Indeed, there's a heart container for Thirwolf.
And Artea about to pick up his Thunder spell.
Yep.
And yeah, Dick Shake joining chat, asking about the islands. And yeah, this is not yet the new version, and we don't have islands yet, but they rock. I love them. I thought I was gonna have mixed feelings about them, but the islands rock, Deep Shake. I like them. I got lost a lot in the islands, but I enjoyed a lot playing that city.
It does interesting. I'll have to see if I can catch one of those streams sometime. There's GP for Neerm. Thirwolf has gotten up to the northern half of the eastern continent. Hi, Dig Shake.
So for those who are wondering, the islands are a new way to lay out the overworld. They can be used in, I believe, either in the eastern continent, or in Dead Mountain or Maze Island. I'm not sure where they can be used. At least they can be used in west and east. And those, it makes look the overworld like a whole archipelago of islands that are connected by bridges. And sometimes you need the boots to get to some of the islands, or you need to use caves to pass, to go from one island to the other. So it is very interesting, very nice feature.
It is. It does sound like a really nice feature. Back to the race. So Neerm is gonna go bypass the River Double. traiLZ is in either P3 or 6, and Thirwolf is in P5 as Artea gets into Maze Island. Yeah, this is definitely P3 in Valley of Death.
And Artea getting the kid out of Maze Island.
Also, yeah, Thirwolf picking up the trophy, by the way, it looked like in P5. Phil's finishing off P3, the first of our runners to deposit a gem at the 23-minute mark.
And I believe traiLZ left 3 without getting the item. So maybe he knows it's not required, or...
I mean, as of right now, we're still missing the Reflect spell.
Yeah, that is correct. Well, he hasn't found the glove, but, or the boots. However, well, the boots could not be required. They are helpful, at least.
That is true. I also don't believe we've seen the, I'm not sure if we've seen Palace 1 yet either. Let's see. It's on the eastern continent, but I don't think I've actually written down where P1 is. Because I know that traiLZ here has just stumbled on P5. Chat, do you remember where P1 was? Because I think I've managed to misplace that palace in my notes. Haven't spotted yet, that's what I thought it might be. It's on the east, so I'll want to keep an eye out for that one. Alright. All four runners currently in the northern half of the eastern continent. traiLZ and Thirwolf in P5, while Artea and Neerm do some exploring. Oh, that's a game over for Thirwolf.
Yeah, that kind of hurts because he has been there quite a while.
Yeah, he has.
So a hard container in the desert tile, while Thirwolf finds the item in Palace 5. This could be big. Let's see. And
He wrote it down as a trophy earlier. Yeah, I'm assuming he did.
Yeah.
He got the hint out of Rudo earlier. Must have missed it. That trophy is in P5.
Yeah, and
Also,
going
yeah.
through Rudo for hints, it's kind of a bet because, well, you don't need to be there if you don't have the trophy. So yeah, that could pay off for Thirwolf.
Well, it could.
And Artea about to pick up a magic container, I believe it's here in Pivake. I don't remember. Oh no, it's a cross, yeah.
That is the cross.
So traiLZ and Thirwolf in Palace 5. We see Neerm taking a peek in Naboru, I believe. And
That is Naboru, and
Artea going through the Wilson encounters.
yep. Neerm is Darunian now. We'll be checking this. Those actually have the child, so it's going to be able to turn this in and get upstab.
And traiLZ also found the trophy in P5 and got it.
Indeed.
And Neerm picking up stuff because it could be required, so why not?
He's already here. There's no reason not to. Also, just nice to have.
again, Thirwolf trying to get some money out of the Magos in Palace 5 using the Thunder Spell.
Indeed. Ooh, and there's Reflect for Neerm and Darunia.
So it was kid blocked.
It was with the child in Maze Island. Yeah, Gooba looks to be very deep in P5. Thirwolf has been in here for several minutes and still has not had any luck in finding it. Now that, with that finding of Reflect, we are only missing P1 at this point, but how to get to P1 is another story. So I don't think, because we haven't seen P1 yet. I think Neerm may be checking out some pass-through caves in an attempt to find said palace, or could just be looking for items.
Yeah, the twist here would be if P1 is boot blocked or something like that. That will give Artea a good advantage.
Oh, okay, okay, nice pass-through to the north. That's Goomba down for traiLZ, getting ahead of Thirwolf in P5. Thirwolf having taken a few unfortunate deaths in the game over, making his P5 quite long, letting traiLZ catch up and pass him. Artea's gonna find P3 here in the Valley of Death. And now Neerm has found considering P5, but decided to just keep going for the moment. Really seems to want to find that P1 right now, which is who knows where.
Yeah, that's the big treasure location. So Neerm going through a pass-through cave in the eastern continent, maybe in hopes of finding the palace he's missing.
Indeed, it's always possible that P1 could just be in some isolated corner of the continent that can only be accessed with through a pass-through cave or the boots he doesn't have. Although that pass-through cave is definitely not it.
Yeah.
He's been here already. That is not useful at all. traiLZ is now jumping into P2. Hopefully should find his boots here shortly, as Artea is found Rebenek.
Well, at least traiLZ is not looking for them. He's going to go to the right. In the first room he finds that he will be able to. So we'll see if he walks back for the item, but I don't think he will. I think he'll just place the gem.
Yeah. Alright, Neerm is going to be getting into the Valley of Death here. Artea is finishing off P3. Will be leaving shortly before Neerm gets in. Valley of Death being very, very long today.
Wow,
And
Thirwolf.
Go ahead.
Thirwolf is still in P5. That has punished him a lot today.
Oh my goodness. Poor Thirwolf has spent several minutes here in P5, taking multiple deaths, at least one game over, and just isn't having a good time with this at all.
Yeah.
Neerm, on the other hand, is in P3, which we know to be very, very quick.
Yeah,
It's not even glove blocked.
is saying traiLZ got forced into the item of P2 because all of the only road that led to the right of the palace was the bottom one, and well, the others led you to the left, and that's how he found the item without wanting to. So now traiLZ has the boots, while Neerm is about to be the boss of Palace 3.
Yep.
And Artea in New Kasuto. He has 7 magic containers, so he gets access to the lady's house. And there's a heart.
Yep. And Thirwolf has finally made it to Guma. Oh, Neerm is 760 points. Wants to get another level before he goes to deposit a gem. Is 230 points short. So it's going to take the opportunity, try and find the item, while also getting some more experience to hopefully get that last level. I did just miss what spell Artea picked up in New Kasuto. Thirwolf taking down Guma.
Yeah, I missed it too.
And Neerm is not happy to find out he is glove blocked from the item in 5.
Well, hopefully he gets the level.
That's 200 right there, so he just needs to kill another enemy that gives him 30 points and he will be good. That is it. Or that P-bag over too. Convenient.
And traiLZ finding the glove block in Palace 2. I don't remember if Artea found it, but at least Artea, we know he didn't fight Helmet Head, right? So there's a big probability of P2 being glove blocked.
Indeed.
And it is not. traiLZ just found Helmet Head.
That is correct. Neerm is now in P2 himself. Artea has found his way to a darker green palace. I'm actually not 100% sure which palace he just found himself in.
That's one. So yeah, that's the glove. So
Yeah,
we
that
missed
is
where
the glove.
Palace 1 was.
We did. I actually have no idea where P1 is on the map. Wouldn't be surprised if Palace 1 is glove blocked, considering Artea does have gloves and has had gloves for boots up for quite a while.
Yeah, that sounds like a possibility. Thankfully for the other guys, traiLZ and Neerm have the boots. Well, Neerm is about to get them right now.
Correct, and traiLZ has already got them. Thirwolf is now in Maze Island and is going to try and dig out the child and find out its GP here. And there's Horsehead for Artea. traiLZ heading for P6.
Which matches traiLZ sprite color? Well, kind of. Yeah,
Neerm getting the boots has bailed out of P2. Where is this P1? Because Artea just got out of it, and I'm not entirely sure which part of the map this is. Huh.
Well,
What do you
there
know?
was-
That's boots locked.
Well, there was a town there, and I believe we've seen all the towns on the other players' screens, have we? So... Meanwhile, Artea going into Darunia to pick up his reflect spell, I believe.
That is correct. Actually, no, that is life here in New Kasuto, I think. There's upstep for Artea. And that is correct, that Rudo, by process of elimination, has the spell today, which is useless, as we know.
Yeah. So... Bisco says traiLZ has to have the kid. Maybe he does. He was taking quite a time finding it, because we saw that Neerm enter after and got it, but I don't believe traiLZ left it behind. I don't think he left Maze Island without finding it. So yeah, most probably he has it. Meanwhile, Neerm in an item room of Palace 1, I believe. Yeah, that's Palace 1. So that will be the glove.
That is correct. There is Barba down for traiLZ.
Now we see Thirwolf going through Master Caves in search for the palace he's missing. And I believe this is the one that will lead him on somewhere where he has already been.
I do believe so. traiLZ is now, unfortunately, in Rudo, is going to find the spell and not get anything out of it. And then just end up not finding anything, really. There's Horsehead for Neerm.
Thirwolf going for Palace 3. Wow. Neerm placing a gem. Palace 1. Artea back in Palace 2.
This is P2.
Yeah. Because he didn't find the boss the first time, so now...
No, he did not. Neerm thinking about perhaps going to P2 there as well, but deciding to go elsewhere. Neerm deciding he's gonna go back to that hammer cave he died in early on and go dig up that medicine.
Yeah, that's unfortunate for Neerm because thankfully he got out of there. Maybe.
Okay, that's better. Taking the pass-through to the north makes more sense than... Forgot the other end of Death Mountain was up here. This is actually pretty good routing.
Yeah, that was actually smart.
Because he's going to be able to do P6 here now that he has the glove. traiLZ here is getting his Reflect. Thirwolf on taking down Ribonak with Artea a little bit behind.
And Neerm in Palace 6.
Yep. Reflect is into Runia Buzz Thunder with a child in Maze Island.
And trails into Palace 4.
He is this kind of pinkish palace, I suppose.
Isn't that like salmon?
Kinda, yeah. Looks kind of like salmon, at least on his screen.
And Artea taking down Helmet Head.
Yep, as Neerm is heading into Barba. Oh, Neerm getting a jackhammer on Barba, but in fact getting hit. And there's Barba down for Neerm.
So at this moment, Trail's looking in very good shape, unless he has troubles finding Palace 1. And Thirwolf looking in kind of not so good shape. But let's see, anything can happen at this moment.
That's for sure. Thirwolf, unfortunately, has been to Maze Island, knows that GP is there, but did not get the child out of there, I do not believe. There's the spell for Thirwolf. Artea is also in P4.
Yeah, but
And Neerm is joining them. And just a magic jar.
Yeah, now he has the power of 8.
Oh, he does. All 8 magic jars available today.
So Trail's being very gutsy and finishing all the glove block palaces without the glove. Yeah, that was very, very risky. Thankfully
And
for him, it paid off.
It has. Some of the items in the glove blocked. Some of the items have been glove blocked in those palaces, but the bosses themselves so far haven't been. They're still trying to find P1 and having no luck with it.
So this Palace 4 looks like a pretty trolly one. Very weird routing you have to get to the boss. And Trails finally finds Karok.
Nicely done. That's Karok down for Trails. Artea and Neerm still trying to find him, as Thirwolf is exploring. Is just doing some exploration. Neerm, not having enough magic for Reflect, is gonna have to take a death in order to replenish his magic to get through that door. No sign of the Yeti key.
Yeah, and those Doom Knockers take you out very quickly, but in this case, when you need the Doom Knocker to take you down quickly, they don't hurt a lot. That's Morphe's Law.
Indeed, and unfortunately, they take the other end. Trail's
And
heading
Trail,
to
yeah.
P1 now.
Yeah, that looks like the way, so...
Have we seen the item in P3? Because I'm wondering if the Yeti key could be there. And also, that looked like a hard boots blocked P1 actually for from Trails. There was no caves.
Yeah. So, what was that town that was there? Maybe we haven't seen... Well, I'm puzzled. Maybe
I think that
Cthulhu?
might have been New Kasuto. Old Kasuto was near Maze Island. Yeah, that was New Kasuto.
Oh, yeah. So Trails in go mode.
Getting Glove out of P1. Thirwolf now in P2. No, towns still stay on their respective continents. Towns still stay on their respective continents, True Blue, so Rauru, Rudo, both sides of Saria and Mido will be on the west, while Naburu, Darunia, Okasudo, and New Kasuto will all be on the east.
Yeah, and Dick Chick tried like 6 months ago, probably. But yeah, it is too much work to make the towns appear in a different continent. So yeah, we still won't get that feature yet, but well, we will get a ton of new features soon.
Oh, we will. Thank you also. So might as well hit the 50-minute mark as we're just seeing these runners plug through palaces. Give all of our runners a follow here. Neerm, Thirwolf, TrailZ, and Artea. Thank you to my co-com here, Victor, and to my fellow tracker, Sharky, who is doing some Z2R checking for... doesn't do so too often, as well as to our restreamer, Jay. As Neerm finds Scarab. Good timing.
And of course, Star 1468, who is with me tonight. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yes, Thirwolf did just pick up the boots. Chat is asking for us to go over some of the new features that are being added in the next update.
Okay, I'll try to remember most of the features it has. So, the most I can. First one, you can now apnea using the same controller you are using as you could have in the FDS version. So you can apnea using pausing and using app and select on the same controller you're playing. That's one. We will have new overworld layout designs where you can, for example, transform the continent into islands that have a lot of islands, and those islands connect to each other through bridges or caves, or sometimes to get to some islands you have to use the boots. So that looks very, very weird, and it is very nice. What else am I missing? Well, the biggest feature is that the connections between continents is now totally changed. So now you can connect between both continents and Maze Island and Death Mountain through caves, through bridges, or through the raft out. So for example, you can go from Death Mountain to Maze Island using the raft, or you can go from east to west using a bridge. And you can, for example, go from west to east, going from west to Dead Mountain and from Dead Mountain to the east. That could be the connector between the two continents. So it will, the possibilities are countless, and it will be very fun. It has been very fun so far. What else am I missing about the update? Well, now we have level caps, while traiLZ is in Great Palace. And that means that you can choose to only get to level 5, attack 5, for example, and after you reach attack 5, the game will only give you 1-ups, as it will if you had attack 9. What else am I missing about the new update? Okay, there's a huge one, and now the town signs give you the name of the spell that they have inside, so that will allow players to make the decision of not going through the towns where some useless spells are. For example, the life spell, the shield spell, which are not required. They are helpful but not required. So that's another new feature. And well, let's keep commentating the race while I remember some more features we will have.
Yep. traiLZ is taking out Thunderbird. Neerm has just found the dead end in P2. Thirwolf just got out of P1 and is now in P2 himself as our... Okay, I accidentally paused Artea stream. Whoops. So I'm gonna wait for it to update since I accidentally goofed on pausing his streams at some point by accident. Looks to be in P6.
Yeah, and speaking of Thunderbird, something weird happened to me today, but judging by the reaction of Dick Shake and Yunus, who also ran that seed, I believe it's intentional. And what happened is that when I defeated Thunderbird, I game over like 2 rooms away from Thunderbird. And when I walked back there, he respawned. Thunderbird respawned. And I thought it was a bug or something weird that happened. But when it happened to Yunus, he wasn't surprised. So maybe that's a new flag that you can activate to have to fight Thunderbird again. I'm not sure.
Also, we do have Darkling for traiLZ just past Thunderbird. So pretty quick GP is going to be right about 56 minutes here. Neerm taking down Helmet Head and is out. As Thirwolf goes, and Artea's on a Rebenak here as traiLZ finishes up. Nice sub-hour. Will be first place here with a time of 56 minutes and 17 seconds. GG's.
Yeah, wow, you don't see sub-hour times that often in this game. I probably can count them with my fingers, with the fingers of my right hand. So yeah, congratulations to traiLZ for killing this seed.
Indeed. Speaking of, hello, traiLZ. GG's.
Thank you. Is this the right race room?
Yes, it is. They are, in fact, commentating you and Artea, as well as Neerm and Thirwolf on a 4-way race, so you are in the right place.
Where's everybody else at? I figured it's a pretty quick seat. Everyone else probably like almost in GP.
Okay, so let's see. Artea is currently in P6, and then has to go beat P5. Neerm needs to go beat P5, although seems to have gotten slightly lost. And Thirwolf is a bit behind. I don't think he's found Reflect yet, and still needs to finish his Palace's 2, 5, and 2, 4, and 6. And there's P5 for Neerm. And Barbara for Artea.
I got real lucky with Palace 3 not needing the glove, because
most of the palaces didn't need the glove today, it seemed.
Yeah, none of them did, but if P3 would have been glove block, I would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was risky, but wow, it worked, and yeah, you just killed this seed. That was really fast. When was the last time you got a sub-hour seed?
Last week.
Well, as someone that races like 100 times a week, that's pretty far away from now.
That's the fastest by like 10 minutes in the tournament. That's the fastest time.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing.
56 minutes is a very, very fast race, and that secures you a spot in the brackets of this tournament, actually, with 3 wins. So congratulations on that.
Hey, thank you. I mean, I kind of expected to get in there anyway. I mean, I always end up in there, and typically like in the semi or the finals.
That is true. Artea taking down your opponent, having just taken down Barbas, now have to go, well, apparently go check out Rudo. But needs to go beat P5 now. Does have everything he needs to beat the game, just needs to go beat P5. Neerm is in P5, and Thirwolf is entering P4.
So Trails, did you get the hint about the glove in P1?
I did, and I found both palaces on the west, so I sailed east immediately for the glove dream that was actually glove or boot lock. But upon doing so, I got a couple things. I picked up the child along the way. I picked up the trophy. I was able to place the gem in P5 and P3, and I got to see that GP was on Maze Island. So I up and ate, and my roadmap was basically laid out for me. I was a little upset that P6 was on the west because I was expecting P1 to be there, but once I got the boots, everything was okay, and I got lucky on that one too. I went left. I was really upset. I thought I was going to be glove blocked in P6, but like, I don't know. I made minimal mistakes in this one, and I'm pretty happy with my time.
Yeah, when you entered Palace 2, at the very beginning of the race, Artea for some reason entered Palace 2 and got the boots out of there. So we knew the boots were there, and when you entered Palace 2, you didn't go left. You were looking for the boss. Well, you went right at the first room. You could go right in. So yeah, after that, the palace kind of forced you into the item. So yeah, that one was also kind of lucky, but yeah. My question is, after beating Helmet Head, will you have left the item behind?
Absolutely. I was not looking for the item. I was just looking for the gem.
Wow, yeah. So that one was interesting, and I was gonna ask you something else, and I lost my train of thought. But I wasn't paying too much attention into that great palace, but it looked like kind of short. So can you tell us about it?
Yeah, GP was free as fuck. I was expecting it to be kind of trolly because the rest of the sea was pretty easy. But it was just hold right. That's all you had to do.
Yeah, very nice GP, very short as well. He spent less than 3 minutes there.
I made a mistake. I paid and saved from P1. I meant to just walk to GP from there, but I ate the gem. I was shooting for sub hour, man, and boy did I hit the mark.
Nice.
Yeah, Neerm picking up the trophy out of P5.
Doesn't particularly need it, but I guess he's just gonna pick it up and keep going in the search for Guma. Artea also hunting for Guma. Thirwolf is trying to find Karok. Guma was kind of trolly today in P5. Neerm and Artea not having the best of time with finding it.
Well, I mean, when I fuck up in seeds and shit like that, commentary generally doesn't have too much sympathy for my ass. So whatever. Sorry, that sucks for him, I guess.
That's not right. Well, I tend to be merciless with everyone.
Generally, everybody's if I do something wrong and I enter the commentary, they're like, "You should have done better, traiLZ."
Well, actually, today you didn't really make any particular errors today, so there's not much to comment on and to tell you off about.
I believe that has to do more with Rico than anyone. But well, I'll leave it like that. But yeah, and the other thing, traiLZ, you are one of the best players here. So without a doubt, you always reach the finals, worst case scenario, the semifinals of every tournament. So yeah, that's another reason we don't expect you to fail. So when you fail, it's a surprise for us. You have to commentate that. Well, traiLZ failed. That's news.
Yeah, I get ridden like a fucking bike every single time, dude, and it's kind of beat. Even when I win, I remember when I won the Max Rander tournament, the commentator was like, well, your other opponent, you got lucky, and your other opponent did this, and it's like, fuck you, man, you know?
Okay, so Thirwolf in Palace 6, Artea in Palace 5, which was a nightmare for everyone.
And Neerm is getting back to gets the fairy feet on the second try and is now off. Shouldn't take him too long. We'll be a little over it should be sub hour 10 with how fast this GP was. 657 is plenty enough of levels. traiLZ successfully sabotaged Freako's internet connection prior to race. Freako actually decided to just take a little break. We'll be on comms later tonight for an 11 p.m. race. Decided to just give Victor and I the comms today. Freako's around though. See Chicken giving Neerm a little bit of trouble.
Yeah. Thankfully he has the life spell.
He does. There's Barba down for Thirwolf.
Hey fellas, I want to thank you guys so much for doing the commentary and stuff like that. I didn't mean to be a dick, but you know that's kind of how I am sometimes. But thank you guys so much. I do think I am the best. I win most of the time. Nobody will race me because people are scared. So Artea has been racing recently, so that's cool. But I like to race. I like to play the game, and I don't know, man. People are just kind of dicks. So,
enjoyed to see you get through these. See this fast as you do, traiLZ. GG's.
Thank you, man. I love playing the game. I love you guys, and you know I love the community. But like, people rub me the wrong way, man. I might have abrasive personality, but people are just kind of dicks sometimes. So, but thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome, and thank you guys for everything you guys do. ZeldaSpeedRuns, thank you guys too for doing everything. Swiss round tournament, all that stuff. You guys are absolute champions for restreaming the Swiss rounds. That's awesome. That's never been done for us before. And thank you guys so much, and thank you Victor and Star for everything you guys are doing. J Bones and Sharky for tracking and restream. You guys are the greatest. You guys have a great night.
Thank you, traiLZ. Have a good night to you as well, and GG's.
Yeah, good luck with the rest of the tournament.
And alright, there is Goomba down for Artea, Neerm is just back to Thunderbird, and Thirwolf is trying to get back to GP. .5:15, according to chat, was when the curtain went up for Neerm. Thirwolf is not quite 3 minutes behind. But GP is pretty quick, so if Neerm has... but unfortunately, with Neerm looking to be in a fairly decent spot at the moment with Thunderbird, I'm not sure if there's going to be enough time for... Neerm will need to die at least once more for Thirwolf to have any chance of coming back, but it's going to be close at least, if nothing else between these two. Artea also on his way to GP. And that is Thunderbird down for Neerm. And there's Artea into GP about 30 seconds after Thirwolf. And there's Darkling for Neerm as Thirwolf gets to Thunderbird.
Yeah, that race between Neerm and Thirwolf ended up being way closer than I thought it would be. Well, not because of the players, but because of how unfortunate Thirwolf was in P5 and how things got around for him. But, well, he caught up and he was really close at the end.
He was. Only about a T-Bird fight behind, really. Especially because Neerm had some trouble on T-Bird. Thirwolf having a much nicer time. There's Thunderbird down for Thirwolf just as Neerm finishes. Neerm will be winning their race with a second time overall first place in their race with a time of 109.30. Artea getting into T-Bird just as Thirwolf gets out. Neerm sadly will not be joining us for an interview, but GG's to them all the same. They will be up to 2-1 in Swiss now, and will need to win one more match to move on to brackets. Artea now on Thunderbird as Thirwolf fights Darkling. These two will also be finishing shortly. Very close finishes for all of them. Very fast seed.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, GG's to Thirwolf, and we will have Artea joining Darkling in a few moments after this Thunderbird fight.
Indeed, GG's Thirwolf third with a time of 110.40. Sadly, he will also not be joining us for an interview, so we'll just let Artea finish this race out now. Just currently fighting Thunderbird. A pretty nice pendulum going here. Unfortunately losing it a bit and getting a little trolled by Thunderbird, but should be able to take Thunderbird down. And there it is. Thunderbird is down for Artea. Going to take this drop here and be on his way really quickly to Darkling because GP was extremely fast today.
Artea deciding to do the last hit of this fight the real way.
Yeah. Okay, going to just crouch in the right hand corner instead and... Ooh.
Unfortunately, that doesn't work.
Unfortunately, no, that is a death. Trying to do some swag strats and failing, but... Okay, it's just gonna do the usual strat, crouch in the left and stab.
Yeah, the real way, well, it has to do with the hitbox of Darkling being very deep. And, well, the strat I use is like neutral jumps, so I can jump over him and he doesn't go back when I jump, so that way I can stab deeper when I land. So GG to Artea.
1:13:38. GG.
Yeah, really close times. Well, aside from trails, but that's another
trails
league.
for you.
Yeah.
Trails is trails. Not too surprised he finished this good. 13 minutes ahead of everyone else.
I
Yeah.
remember the old days when I used to be competition for trails. That was like 3 years ago, and it only lasted for like 15 days. The same happened with Chromatoclism, who is in this tournament too. Yeah, that was like 15 days when I was competitive. Now I'm not, but well, I'm the Glass Joe of Zelda 2 Randomizer, and I'm proud to be so. I like defeating the newbies.
Yeah, we each have our own spots, but we should be getting Artea in for an interview shortly. Mega's taking a quick break, and then they'll be here shortly to get in an interview. So, and then and that is all 4 runners here finished under 75 minutes, which is quite nice for Zelda 2 Rando.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, those sub hours with the new features, I believe, will be more often achieved by the players, because, well, the thing, anything can happen now, as always, but if you get a gentle seed, you don't have to spend too much time, for example, going through towns you don't have to go through. And the good thing about that is that it is not fun to go through a town, for example. It wastes like a minute and a half or 2 minutes to go through a town, and if you don't need to go there, well, why do so? So yeah, navigation in general, and the times when that you spend not playing, not fighting, not playing the game will be less in this new version, hopefully. So yeah, I have high hopes for how the racing will go with this new version. So yeah, hopefully we get it soon, and we will race a lot.
Mm-hmm. We will be sticking with the current version, at least for the rest of this tournament, since it's not really great if you switch versions of the randomizer mid-tournament. But it'll be fun to play just casually, for sure. Should be getting Artea in for an interview. I think he's still taking a break. That was for that. Yeah, that was certainly something for the weekly last night. Also a pretty quick seed, but a different kind of seed for sure. And hey, we have Artea in for an interview. GG's.
Thank you. I went in there fully expecting to get dumpstered, so it did not disappoint.
Oh, pretty close actually. Although you swag fail on Darkling didn't help much.
Oh no, but I was just like, okay, well, I'm last, so might as well try to get the last hit in properly.
Certainly was a way to finish.
Yeah, no, I thought I did okay. I was kicking myself when I found the hammer after diving Death Mountain, but apart from that, just couple questionable things, but it's mostly just random encounters I ate way too many of and got hit too much, which is what it was on to.
Yeah, unfortunately it was. Being pretty close race between you and Neerm and Thirwolf all finished really close together, as it were.
So I was gonna ask, why did you dig the item in Palace 2? Did you get a hint about it, or why did you do it so early?
Cause it's 2, so it's usually pretty short, and if I could pick up a magic key or something, that could help out, or a magic jar for thunder or something like that. Like Palace 2 is something that I don't really mind diving all that much. At that point, I didn't know about all the spell items either, so it just seemed like a reasonable thing to do.
Makes sense. You got boots a good bit before everyone else, I think.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask another thing. I was gonna ask traiLZ this too, but yeah, it was very gutsy of you guys to do a race before this one. That's something that probably chat doesn't know, but you guys did a race before doing this one. I will never do that. It will give me flashbacks and it will confuse me so badly. Well, traiLZ is kind of used to doing several seeds a day, but yeah, that was really gutsy. I wanted to ask about the motivation for doing that.
Well, today I just needed to warm up before the race, basically. But we ran I think it was 3, maybe 3 or 4 yesterday as well.
Wow.
Yeah, just so long as I can get like 5-10 minutes to clear my head, go for a smoke or grab a beer or something. Like, I'm usually okay. It doesn't mess with my head too much. Unless you wind up with a couple of seats in a row of really trolly palaces.
Yeah, that's nice to know, and yeah, sometimes rather than relaxing, maybe warming up is a good idea. So yeah, I can see that reason being a valid one. Okay. So yeah, well, how's your score in the tournament? I believe it's 2-1.
2-1, yeah. Which is 2 victories more than I expected coming in, so I'm pretty happy about it.
Yeah, you still have a pretty good shot of making it 2 brackets. traiLZ, his win against you today secured a spot for sure, but you only need to win 1 more of your next matches to move on to brackets. So good luck to you for that.
Thank you. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Not much I can do is just play through the scene and see what happens.
That is for sure. The other 2 races on this stream, Neerm and Thirwolf. Neerm is now up to 2-1 as well, so it has a chance of moving on. Thirwolf is unfortunately down to 1-2, so would have to win both of his next 2 matches to move on. Well, we wish luck to them as well. Unfortunately, they did not join us for interview. But overall, though, this was a very fast seed, Artea.
Yes, it was. Especially since you got the glove hit so early on.
Oh yeah, it just turned out that the glove itself was in a boots block P1.
Yeah, but I was kicking myself that I didn't go north from the raft tile, because P1 was right there, and that would have saved so much time. But...
Yeah, and you had the boots so early too. Felt bad.
Well, it's rando. It happens.
Rando will rando, that's for sure.
Okay, so I believe we have a match at 11 p.m. maybe, and there's an ongoing match at this moment, but I don't know if we are restreaming it. I don't believe we are. But can anyone tell me about it?
We are not restreaming that match, but we should hopefully, maybe if we can find a crew, we'll be hopefully restreaming the match starting in 25 minutes here between Dr. J PhD and Zarnax 42. Now, But otherwise, we also currently have a match going on between JJ Smith and Raikou Rider, which is not being restreamed, and we have more matches coming up later this week as well.
I
Well-
believe we have another 4-way tomorrow.
That is correct.
Looking at our schedule, it does look like it. We have a 4-way between Jackamus with 2 races, Jackamus versus Chromaticalism and Ellendar versus Schmitty, along with the races at 11 p.m., 9 p.m., and 11 p.m. So, stacked schedule tomorrow. We'll see how many of those can get restreamed.
Yeah, those matches will be very close. Wow, I love those pairings.
Yep. Well, GG's Artea. Thanks for showing up for an interview for us. And GG's to all the runners who participated. traiLZ, Neerm, Thirwolf, and Artea. And as always, thanks for our comms Star and Victor. You guys, as you guys heard, there's a lot of matches going on. They're coming a lot of these, so they're putting in a lot of work. And thanks to our trackers, Star doing double duty, and Sharky. Without them, we can't keep this stream up to date and keep the info going. And with that, any final comments from anyone?
No, great job, guys, and thank you for making this happen. We love Zelda 2 Randomizer, and you make this game available for a lot of people in the internet. So yeah, we're eternally thankful to you guys.
Indeed,
All
thanks
right.
for racing, and have a good night.
Yep, have a good night. And with that, we're going to be rating ZSR1, who's having a Wind Waker Randomizer spoiler log race. So enjoy that, and see you guys next time.